these word problems, okay? It says a farmhouse shelters 10 animals. Some are pigs and some are ducks, okay? So the first thing we got to find out are what are the two things we're talking about. And we're talking about pigs and we're talking about ducks. All right, altogether there are 36 legs. How many of each animal are there, okay? Well, if it's a system of equations, I know I'm going to need two equations. So go ahead and throw two equal signs in there, okay? And I need to find my two totals. Well, one of my totals, it says 10 animals, so that's one total. And the other total says there's 36 legs, so that's another total. So now I got to go ask myself this. It says 10 animals. Well, what's making up my animals? My pigs and my ducks. So I can say pigs plus ducks equals 10. Okay? Well, however many pigs plus however many ducks, there's 10 of them. Okay? 36 legs. Okay, well now we got to talk about how are we getting 36 legs. Well, there's pig legs and duck legs. Well, a pig has 4 legs, so that's going to be 4 times the number of pigs, plus ducks have 2 legs, so that's going to be 2 times the number of ducks equals 36. Okay, this is now set up for me to eliminate. Okay, if I want to eliminate, I need two things that are the same but have opposite signs. So I know that if I multiply this top equation by a 4, these are going to match, but I need them to be opposite signs, so I'm going to multiply everything by a negative 4. When I do that, I'm going to get a negative 4p minus 4d equals 40, and my bottom equation is going to stay the same. Okay, remember I'm always going to add to eliminate. These guys are going to cancel. I'm going to have a negative 2d equals oh, sorry, this should be a negative 40. That was my fault. Equals negative 16. Okay, to get this d by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 2. And a negative 16 divided by 2 is a positive 8. So this right here, it says d equals 8. That means that there are 8 ducks. Well, it wants to know how many of each animal there are. Well, if there's a total of 10 animals and 8 of them are ducks, that means there has to be 2 pigs. All right, so you're just setting up equations and then solving them, okay? Number 11, we're going to find the two things it's talking about, and then we know we need two totals because we need two equations. So I'm going to go ahead and put my two equal signs, and I got to figure out what the two things are that they're talking about. It says, all 231 students in math club went on a field trip. Some students rode in a van, which holds 7 students, and some students rode in a bus, which holds 25. How many type of vehicles did they use if there are 15 vehicles in total? Okay, well, it just says total right here. So I know one of these is going to be 15. Okay, and my other total is right here, which is 231. Okay, and it might be helpful. 231 is talking about people, and 15 is talking about vehicles. But when I read this, the two things that this is talking about, the two variables it's trying to figure out is that there's vans and there are buses. All right, so if I'm starting with this 15, the 15 vehicles is made up of vans and buses. So I'm going to say V plus B equals 15. The number of vans plus the number of buses should total 15. Now we got to talk about people, okay? Well, how many people are there? I don't know, but I do know that 7 people ride in a bus and 25 ride in a van. So I'm going to have 25 times the number of vans plus 7 times the number of buses, and that should give me 231. Okay? Now I'm set up to eliminate, but remember they've got to match and have opposite signs. So I'm going to multiply this whole thing right here by a negative 25, because then these will have opposite signs, but they'll have the same coefficient. So my top equation is going to stay the same. I'm going to have 25v plus 7b equals 231. And my bottom equation is going to become a negative 25v minus 25b equals, I got to do negative 25 times 15. And that's going to give me negative 375. Okay? Remember, we're going to come in here and we're going to add to eliminate because these two things are the same thing with opposite signs. This is going to cancel. When I do 7 plus negative 25, I'm going to get a negative 18b equals 231 plus negative 375 is a negative 144. Divide both sides by a negative 18. And I'm going to get V equals 8. So that tells me that there are 8 vans. Well, y'all, if there's 8 vans but a total of 15 vehicles, I can do 15 minus 8 to tell me that there's going to be 7 buses. All right, last one. Okay, y'all change this right here to a 500. All right, so this was a typo, so change that to 500. Okay, it says, at Elise's printing company, there are 2 kinds of printing presses. Model A prints 70 books per day, and Model B prints 55 books per day. The company owns a total, oh, there's my thing, total of 14 printing presses. So I know one of these needs to equal 14, okay? Because those, I got to find my 2 totals. Okay, this is talking about printing presses. Okay, and allows them to print 500 books per day. Well, that's another total. So 500, that's talking about the amount of books. Okay, so I need one equation that's just about printing presses and one equation that's just about books. How many types of each press do they have? Well, we all the 2 types of presses. We've got Model A and we've got Model B. All right, so when I come in here to write this, I know that however many of Model A I have, plus however many of Model B I have, should give me 14 total presses. Okay? Well, Model A prints 70 books per day, so that's going to be 70A, plus Model B is 55, that's going to be a 55B equals 500. Okay? To eliminate, I have to have 2 things that match, but opposite signs. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to multiply my whole top equation by a negative 70, because I know that's going to make those match, but have opposite signs. So when I do that, I'm going to have a negative 70A minus 70B equals 14 times negative 70, negative 980. My bottom equation is going to stay the same. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add to eliminate, because these 2 things have the same coefficients but opposite signs, so that means I'm good. All right, these guys are going to cancel. Negative 70 plus 55 gives me a negative 15B. And I'm going to do negative 980 plus 500, and I'm going to get a negative 480. I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 15. And I'm going to get B equals a positive 32. Okay, so that tells me that, wait, I did something wrong because I can't have 32. Hold up. Negative 480 divided by 15. Where did I go wrong? All right, y'all, I figured out where my mistake was. This guy right here should not be 500. That was a typo. This should be 905. So go change this to a 905. That's not going to change many things. This guy right here to a 905. So now when I come in here to add, I'm going to do negative 980 plus 905. And I'm going to get a negative 75. When I divide that by a negative 15, I'm going to get 5. So this tells me that there's 5 Model B printing presses. Well, there's only a total of 14, so if I've used up 5 on Model B, so if Model B has 5, that means that Model A is going to have 9, because I know that 9 plus 5 is 14.